Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 ways to fill your sketchbook. And all these ideas are going to be really simple, pretty, and aesthetic, so they're great for beginners and for artists at all levels. So without any further ado, the first idea is to turn a fruit into a human. Now this idea you can change up however you want it to be. You can turn a fruit into a human, or you could turn a vegetable or any kind of object or animal into a human. But I just decided to go with turning a fruit into a human, since I know that is what a lot of artists find the most easiest for them and the most fun to do, because with fruits there is such a cool variety to choose from and all the colors are really pretty and pastel and aesthetic. So for my fruit I decided to go with a kiwi because kiwis are amazing. And I just haven't used the color green in my drawings recently, so that's why I did that. I sketched out a really simple pose and I kind of used my own hands as reference for this drawing, which is why it does not look that good. But anyways, then I decided that I could just draw a dress and maybe incorporate a couple of circles to represent the kiwi. And I didn't really go with anything too complex for the design, but I did just decide to incorporate the kiwi theme mainly with the coloring. But honestly, if you're trying out this idea, feel free to go as wild as you like. And if you are someone who likes the sketching part and the designing part more, then make the design wild. Make it insanely amazing if that's what you like. Or if you're someone like me who finds more joy in coloring sometimes, especially when it's been a really stressful day, which it was for me that day with a lot of homework to do. But yeah, if you find coloring more therapeutic, then dedicate more time to coloring. Either way, I really want you guys to use these ideas as a way for you to have fun in your sketchbook and not pressurize yourself to make something you're not interested in. Use it as a way for you to just unwind and relax and get your creative juices flowing. So for my drawing, I decided to go with a couple of colors when I was coloring the skirt. So the main color was going to be green, but I decided to add some blue for shading and some yellow as well, just to make the green pop out and not look too boring or simple. But honestly, I was just playing around with this drawing and the entire thing was just me experimenting and just relaxing and enjoying the process, because I didn't go into this with a clear idea. I just kind of winged it, but in the end that made it so much fun, and I love how the sketchbook page turned out. By the way, I did make this drawing a couple of days ago, which is why you might notice that my art style looks different than how it looked in my live stream. So my art style is changing yet again, but anyways, more on that later. Here's how this drawing turned out, and if you guys do end up doing these ideas as well, make sure to tag me so I can see what you guys create. And with that, we move on to our next idea, which is to cutify an animal. Is cutify a word? No, it is not. Did I make it up? Absolutely. Am I proud of it? Yes, I am, because it is the perfect word to explain this idea. So here is my dog. If you guys haven't already seen him in my previous video, he is the cutest dog in the entire world, and I just cannot explain how cute and sweet and pretty much what an angel he is. But I decided to try and draw it. So I decided to draw my already cute dog and just make him look even more cuter. And while I was sketching out his face, I thought, why not incorporate a bit of a Halloween theme into it, since Halloween is pretty much coming up at the end of this month, and that's what I ended up doing. So I decided to cutify my dog, and I decided to draw him with a Halloween costume and a little Halloween background as well. And if you guys are doing this idea, feel free to just make any animal look cute. You can just try and find an image on Google or something, or Pinterest, and make that animal look cute, or you could draw your pet or your friend's pet or something. But either way, just enjoy the process yet again and make sure you are having fun. One of the main reasons why I love this idea is because it is so easy to cutify something, because when you want to draw something in a chibi style like an animal or a person, all you have to do is take away those details. So that just makes the entire process more enjoyable, because you have to look at an image that has a bunch of details and try to take away the details and only keep the cute parts. Like for example, look at my dog's eyes here. It is so simple, but the more simple it is, the more cute it's going to end up looking in the end. So use this idea yet again to relax, and when you're doing it, don't overthink it, because the more simple it is, the more cuter it's going to turn out. But like always, I think I slightly overdid it with the highlights. Nevertheless, I love how it turned out. And now we are on to our third idea, which is doodles and flowers. Now this idea is one that I went back to a lot, especially when I was much younger, because it is just so easy and the final result always ends up looking amazing. It's like you pretty much cannot go wrong with this drawing, because all you have to do is just draw a bunch of random flowers and just draw a bunch of small details connecting them, like circles or petals and stuff. Like this drawing that you see me doing here, I did not plan it. I had no idea. I just like got my sketchbook out, I drew a flower in the middle, and I didn't know what else to do, so I thought, you know what, let me just draw a couple more flowers around that flower. And as you can see, they're not in a perfect square shape or anything, they're just kind of floating around there. And then I thought, what if I somehow tried to connect the central flower to the rest of the flowers? Then I started doing that, then I started adding more petals, and in the end it just ended up looking so cool, and it looks like almost a page from a coloring book or something. This idea is great if you just want to do some mindless drawing and create something amazing while also filling up your sketchbook in the same time as well. And of course, a really important thing for this idea is to make sure you don't rush and make sure you take things slowly. So the footage that I was showing you guys before is obviously sped up footage because I can't include every single minute of my process in this video, otherwise it would end up being way too long. But if you guys actually end up doing this idea, make sure you take your time and just learn to enjoy the process, because more than the final result, the process was honestly what was worth it for me. And once I was finished with the drawing, I decided to take things a step further and bring out my lovely watercolors and add a bit of a background. I didn't really know with what color to go with, so I decided to combine yellow, pink, and purple. And I wish I just left it there, but I didn't. I decided to add like these little splattered paint blob-like shapes in the background, which went drastically wrong. I mean, I don't hate it, but I kind of regret doing it. But anyways, here's how that page turned out, and like I said before, without these random splotches, I think the actual flower and the watercolors behind it look pretty cool. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this idea. And with that, we're moving on to the fourth idea, which is to scribble. Now you might be wondering why I would possibly say scribble in your sketchbook. You might be thinking I'm crazy or something, but don't worry, that's also how I felt when I found out about this idea a couple years back. And I was so confused, like, scribble in your sketchbook? Is that really what you're meant to do in your sketchbook? But don't worry, make sure you trust the process and trust me on this one, okay? Because it will end up looking pretty cool. There are a couple of ways you can go about this. You can just do completely random scribbles, or like what I'm doing here, you can go ahead and add scribbles with loops, but make sure that they are completely random because they are after all scribbles, and try and fill up your entire page with them. You can either just leave it like this, like I've left it here, or you can, like I decided afterwards, go in and add even more scribbles. Now the reason why I love this idea is because it creates a really cool background, and then you can add something in the foreground. In my previous sketchbooks, what I've done is I've kind of added, like, for example, a scribble pattern with a pink pen in the background. Then I've gone over the middle with my watercolors and added a quote. And I've always loved how these pages turned out, but for this specific video, I decided to try something I've never tried before. So I decided to grab out 3 different sticky notes that are different colors and cut them into like a diamond shape. And then I thought I could add like a word on each of them. So I glued them into my sketchbook and tried adding a word on them, but they weren't really standing out as much as I had hoped, so I decided to also use my paint marker to make the colors just pop ever so slightly more. And like I was just saying, if you guys end up doing this idea as well, you can go with any kind of idea you want. You can just add scribbles to your page and just leave it at that, or you could do what I did and add a bit of color by using sticky notes or watercolors and then add a quote on top. Or yeah, you have the freedom to go about this however you want, but either way, I know I keep saying this a lot, but make sure you enjoy the process. And with that, we are on to our 5th idea, which is to create some fan art. Creating some fan art is so much fun, and it's especially one of my favorite ideas when I'm in an art block. So what I like to do is when I'm in an art block, most of the time I prefer to either draw a scene from a movie or a series or a show or something, or to draw characters from a show but in my own art style. So today I decided to draw Tanjiro from Demon Slayer because it just came to my realization that I've drawn Zenitsu and I've drawn Nezuko so many times, but I just have not drawn Tanjiro. So I decided to draw him today, and at first I was thinking about drawing him in my own style, but then I just wanted to try and challenge myself and draw him in the style that he was in the actual show. So I pretty much tried to draw him like how he was from the show. I did freehand this, but I did have a reference in front of me, and for the sketch I went in really loosely for my first sketch, and then I went over that to kind of define the details for my second sketch. And after this I would usually do the line art, but for some reason I was just feeling a little more confident today, so I decided to go straight in with my markers and then do the line line art afterwards, and I decided to just go with like a really kind of simple coloring style, so I didn't add too much shading and I kept it really simple, and I don't know, it was just really fun not to worry about shading for once, and it was just super relaxing as well. And for you guys, if you do end up going with this idea as well to fill your sketchbook, of course you do not have to draw the exact character I'm drawing. You can go ahead and draw any character of your choice. You can even make fan art of your own characters if you wanted to. I don't know, it is completely up to you. It is your sketchbook, it is your art, and you are in control. Either way, like I kept on saying so much in this video because I cannot emphasize how important it is, make sure you have fun, because the second you stop having fun in your sketchbook is usually when art block will strike. So try your best to make the entire process enjoyable, and if you find anything not being enjoyable, then just don't do it. Step outside your comfort zone, but don't force yourself to just do things you hate, okay? Don't worry. On another note, I've been watching a lot of these how to fill your sketchbook and ideas to fill your sketchbook videos on YouTube recently, and they've just been so much fun to watch, which is why I decided to make one of my own videos. This video did take me a long time to film and to edit, and obviously to draw as well, but I really did enjoy it, and I did fill in a couple of pages of my sketchbook, which I am pretty proud of as well. And if you guys did enjoy this type of video, then let me know in the comments. I have some other videos planned for the next couple of weeks, but if you guys did enjoy this 5 ways to fill your sketchbook video, then let me know and I could potentially make more in the future. But yeah, either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and also I will have the instructions to get a shout out in the comments as well, because I'm thinking of starting shout outs on my channel again, because why not? Let's just see how it goes. But anyways, here is the finished result for this drawing. I kind of like how it turned out. I kind of like how it's a bit messy but also kind of neat. I'm really vibing with it. But anyways, here are how the 5 drawings turned out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a fabulous day. Stay awesome as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!